Now then, people, good evening. Welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. It's the third time you've seen me today. Obviously, we've been covering the games. We've got some new faces. We've got some old faces. We've got some newish faces on the channel. Old, not meaning like old in age, but Kendall's been here many, many times. Wolfie is newish because he's on here regularly at the minute. And then we've got Mike's a West Ham fan who is new. We just need something borrowed and something blue now, and we're sorted, aren't we? Yeah, that was funny. No, I thought it was. Maybe it wasn't.
No, not bad, Joe. Not bad. Not
It
bad.
was not bad for me, that. It was not bad at all.
I don't think anything's going to make Mike's life tonight, though. Bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Smiling
Because
through the
West
pain.
Ham. Yeah. Mate, we'll start there. Let's just jump straight into it, man, right? I went to this thing in London. Nicky from West Ham Fan TV told me he thinks you're in a relegation battle. You go to Sunderland. It was always going to be tough on the opening day. I did think they might get something. What I didn't expect is a bit of a battering, which is what you got, Mike's. I know you've been ranting. I watched some of your video. How are you feeling about Graham Potter? How are you feeling about West Ham? What's going down, mate?
Oh, it looks like we're going down, mate. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like.
I can't lie, I'm going to laugh, right? Because I need people to go down outside of Leeds. I need it.
Understandable. Like, I've been saying, like, especially before the Hermansen signing, around that time, like, for a very long time, that West Ham could go down this season just because of how the squad looked last season and compared to how we performed last season. The trajectory was only going one way. And the problem is, as well, we have a lot of, like, old and slow core within the squad. Like, if you look at even against Sunderland yesterday, that midfield's a disgrace. Rodriguez and Ward-Prowse in the same midfield. That's a disgrace. And it's even more of a disgrace when we've been starting Freddie Potts throughout the whole pre-season in midfield, only for him to bench him on the first game of the season. This whole thing that the club are trying touting out about, like, that we want to sign a manager that's going to play more of the younger players in the youth academy, and the youth players actually deserve a chance, not giving youth players a chance for the sake of it. Like, and he's still playing the old core. And that's what really, like, messed us up yesterday. And also going with 5 defenders against Sunderland. And even when you're 2-0 down, you're in the 68th minute and you're still on 5 defenders, even when you bring on an extra striker. At one point, I saw Callum Wilson crossing the ball in for Fulkirk. Like, if that's not alarming, I don't know what is. And I know Sunderland have been, like, hyped with their transfer window and stuff as well. But at the same time, it takes a lot for a team to gel all of their transfers in and just perform. So regardless, West Ham don't have an excuse. So people can't even be like, well, look at your team. Well, yeah, obviously look at our team. But even with Potter not necessarily being back to the fullest extent that I think he should be, you need to get the best out of what you have. Regardless of whether a manager should be backed or not, you take the job knowing who your ownership is. If you didn't know what you were getting yourself into, that is your problem. So even with me, like, it's not been like with me with previous managers in charge where I'm like, he's gone and I really don't even like the guy in general. I'm like, I understand what you're trying to do, but the personnel is all wrong. The personnel is all wrong. You can't be starting Wan-Bissaka as a wing back and then no winger is like helping him down the right-hand side when Bowen and Fulkirk are isolated up front and you've got no midfield passing to him forward. Diouf, Pakisar, Bowen, we were linking up well in the first half, last 25 minutes. And then literally as soon as the second half started, it was just complete capitulation. And it says a lot that Sunderland could just go and scout and get someone like a Diarra, who was running the show from Strasbourg. And we're stuck with Rodriguez, who was meant to be signing up as a backup on a free.
Isn't he going Saudi, Mike's? Isn't he going Saudi? I've heard rumors to Saudi.
He's meant to be going Saudi, but he's been linked with Saudi for a year now. He's been linked with Saudi as soon as he joined us. So I don't know when that's going to happen. But even with like James Ward-Prowse as well, that's a signing that David Moyes made to sign him on the left wing just to take set pieces. And we know that signing has not worked out. We tried loaning him to you guys, Wolfie. And that did. And
sent him back after a couple of months.
And our club tried touting out that as a new signing when he came back. It was like, Ward-Prowse is back. What? Like, who cares that Ward-Prowse is back? Oh my God. This guy has not scored a free kick in like 2-3 years. It's typical West Ham to sign a free kick specialist to not score a free kick. Emerson has scored a free kick since then. Declan Rice, a player we sold, has scored 2 free kicks for Arsenal since then. It's so West Ham. This is very typical West Ham. And obviously, I'm not happy with the manager. But I've got to direct everything on my owner right now, who's been in for 15 years. He's been in for 15 years, and this is what we're dealing with right now. Lowering the age of the squad, but you're signing Callum Wilson, and some of the fans have the audacity to try and make that as like an actual positive. That's not positive. There's nothing positive to do with someone signing someone who's disrespected the club for years. And then sign him.
Mike, what's
as
he
like
said?
this
I've heard a lot about.
Yeah, I didn't know this. What's this
Yeah.
about, Will?
He said
So
something
basically-
about the Conference League or something, didn't he?
Yeah, when he did
basically said
the podcast with Antonio, wasn't it?
Yeah, the podcast of Antonio, he basically tried disrespecting the Conference League. Basically, I'd rather participate in the Champions League and not win it because we're there, and then win a trophy. I don't think he was thinking that when you won the Carabao Cup.
He loved a goal against us as well, didn't he? He loved the goal against West Ham as well.
I remember he
Do
scored.
you know what'll be even
hat-trick goal
funnier
against
if he
us.
scores an own goal?
Oh, that's
funnier.
exactly what I said. His only goal for West Ham will be an own goal. Guaranteed. Guaranteed it'll be an own goal. He had it in the back of the net because he doesn't realise which side he's on. I generally think it's like this is some secret
Flexing a
agent work.
trophy there, Joe.
Huh?
Flexing a trophy there.
No, man. Do you know what that trophy is, man? That's from the Leeds Content Creator Cup. It's better than any trophy, man. Honestly, captain I was as well, and I got to lift it. It's better than any trophy.
I'm going to win some content creator things in the future, but I need to take my mind off this. I need to take my mind. West Ham are not doing anything anytime soon. It's generally horrific, though, watching a bunch of midfielders look forward for like 10 seconds and then pass backwards. So we can then pass backwards to the goalkeeper, so then he boots it up, and then no one wins the ball in the air, and then we get hit on a turnover. I feel like I've been watching the same club, the same team under 3 different managers for the past 3 years now. It's genuinely horrific to watch. It's so horrific to watch. And the problem is we're relying on a lot of people coming back from loan or free agent signings or depth signings as savior.
Where's the Kudus money gone then? Where's that gone?
We don't spend money. Like we even got like 55 million for that. And now that Sullivan's in charge, he's like, we're going to spend it like to a minimal extent. So 20 million of it has gone on Diouf. Good signing. Actually been quite a bright spark. One of the few good players against Sunderland. Two of those was on free signings, Wilson and Walker Peters. I don't mind Walker Peters' depth signing to Wan-Bissaka, but what are we doing signing Callum Wilson? I actually like the Hermansen signing. He was horrific for the third goal, but people acted like Areola would have done better.
He is a good goalie, you know, he is.
And also people that would have acted like Areola would have done better. I don't know whether anyone's seen Areola in pre-season. He gave the ball to Man United in pre-season. It was horrific against Bournemouth. We just about kept on. And we had Fotheringham, who's our third choice, who fluffed it against Everton. So I don't know why people are going at Hermansen straight away be like, oh, why did we spend money on him? This is what our fans do as well. They hype up a signing, but as soon as they actually watch him play for one game, you can make one mistake. It'd be like horrific. Absolutely horrific. One game is horrific. I just don't understand it. Like, there's nothing that makes sense at West Ham right now. There's nothing that makes sense, which is why I got my boxing gloves out in my first watch along of the season. Because people would be like, game week 1, be patient. You have a pre-season to prepare. You have a transfer window to prepare. Potter's been at the club since January. I was like, I'll give you a pre-season. Game week 1, no excuses. There's no excuses. And here we are.
Do you think he's overrated, Mike? Because I genuinely used to rate him at Brighton. But then obviously De Zerbi come in, took him to the next level, and you go, maybe that wasn't as good as we thought it was. And then Chelsea went and happened, and now he's coming. Obviously, it's not going great at West Ham. Like, there's a lot of people thinking he might be in for a shout for first manager sacked, or is it too early, man? Is it too early for that?
He could be up there. Because they're like losing to Sunderland 3-0 is fair. I think he's fairly rated. And the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of people that overrate him, but there's a lot of people that look at his Chelsea spell as well. Like, I remember when he first got appointed, and ever since then, I've had a lot of every time Potter makes a mistake, it's a case of, well, he did this at Chelsea, well, he did this here, well, he's just an English coach that just gets touted out because he's English and all that. I think he's fairly rated because you got a crowd that overrate him. I think he's going to be the next big thing because he's a young English manager. And then you got the people that go so far that way just because of his Chelsea spell. I don't even really blame him for his Chelsea spell that much because of how much the squad was shifting at the time. But for this thing in isolation, he's got no excuses. I don't think the tactics or even the intentions of playing yesterday was the problem. It's the personnel you're choosing for the tactics. You're doing square pegs in round holes, which I'm kind of sick of managers doing at West Ham. Like, you can't try and say, I'm playing attacking football, but I'm going 5 defenders, I'm going Wan-Bissaka at wing back. Wan-Bissaka is not a wing back. We know this. Wan-Bissaka is a very good player for us, but we know that that's not a thing. Like he likes playing wingers at wing back. I haven't seen that once. This whole time. I haven't seen experimentation. I haven't seen him tweak it enough. I feel like it's just very naive to just go into this season with a similar squad, act like everything is fine, and then we get turned over by Sunderland. And the problem is, the ownership's the biggest problem. But if you're the manager taking this job and you're acting like everything's fine, you make yourself the face of the problem, unfortunately, even if you're not the biggest problem.
That's
Bro,
fair.
how shit is Kilman?
Kilman is shit in the middle of a back three. I don't mind him in like a wide areas of a back three, but you know when he's right in the middle, he's too weak. You leave him isolated so much, and you can't be that weak as a centre back in general. I think he's too wishy-washy.
You paid,
He's too wishy-washy.
I was going to say he
40
paid a
mil,
lot of
fam.
million. For
Yeah, he
it.
paid a lot of
What
money.
he paid him.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Wow.
money, and obviously people will say, "Oh, it's over the course of 6 years or whatever," but nobody looks at that. Nobody cares about
No,
that.
it doesn't
Let's
matter,
be
does
real.
it?
No, nobody cares
You know
about
what? You know what I've been most impressed with in this whole first 13 minutes is how Joe's been able to suppress his smile, hearing that, hearing about West
Do you know what?
Ham's
Do you know what I've loved? I've got a guy that's just come on and just spoke. Sometimes it's like
I
pulling
told
teeth.
you,
I was
Mike's is a
I put my
legend,
hands on my
man,
head.
yeah.
I thought, get in, man. I don't even have to say out to you, man.
He's
Get
got
in.
so much on his chest. He's got to get it out, man. I feel it. I feel it, man. It's like, what is your club doing? What
Do you
is
think
your
they're in a
club doing?
relegation battle, Wolfie?
They are.
I know it's only one game, but they haven't done business. But
Bro, it's the business. It is the
Yeah.
business that they haven't done for me. You don't look. They're gonna. All West Ham fans tell me Kudos had a stinker last season. I hear it. I agree with it.
Yeah, but it was
But he's
quality
not a
yesterday.
bad player.
He was
Hmm?
quality yesterday, man.
He killed it yesterday. I get that, but that's not even the point. The point is you haven't replaced him. Even if you've replaced him with someone crapper, I'd understand that. Yeah, at least you can say maybe if he'd got a kid or someone from, you know, one of the lesser known leagues or something, at least there's a project player to go there. No, Sullivan's like, thanks for the money. And
Yep,
that's
exactly.
it. And this is the problem. As funny as it is, because I love seeing Lawless in tears. I love you,
Yeah.
Mike, but Lawless is just his own thing, right? But it's kind of sad to see because you would have expected West Ham after the season where they won the Conference League and they finished quite low in the table that year, if I remember rightly. I remember you were close to where we were that season. I would have expected you to have kicked on, and then you did kick on a little bit the next season in terms of league position. But you're almost yo-yoing in that zone where you're slowly the yo-yo is getting lower and lower, and you're getting closer to this relegation battle. And I think this year, subject to what the three teams that came up did what they do, you know what I'm saying? You could find yourself in the mix there. I think you guys, Wolves, and maybe one or two, or Brentford definitely. There could be a six-way battle here. It's just, is there going to be that Premier League split? And I use the word loosely in terms of the three that have come up. Have they closed the gap into the Premier League enough? It's still not crystal clear yet. We need a few more games. There is a lot of reactionary stuff off the back of this weekend. I hear it, but the signs are not good. The signs are not good. You played a team that's just been promoted. You did this again when you played up. I remember when we came up, you were our first home game. And your team just didn't look up for it then. And yesterday, it looked like you weren't fighting. There was no fight. There was no readiness to get, you know, just into a battle with the Sunderland players. They just wanted it more, man. And that, for me, is probably the biggest worrying sign. If you got 11 men or 15 men who don't want to fight, just do the first bits, the non-negotiables, who want to get on that pitch and fight and then let the skill take over, then that's a real problem, bro.
Yeah, it's a massive problem, and that's the thing. Like, I know it would sound reactionary from like the outside looking in, but I've been saying West Ham could get relegated from like the summer, like from like May. I've said in next season if we don't sort it out. I've been saying like we need 11 signings, and I'm being serious because nearly every single position we needed addressed. And that's the thing. But even with left back, I was happy with at the time, but Emerson was leaving, so we had to sign a left back as well. But no, our best signing in Diouf, that wasn't a priority position because we had left backs. We had Emerson, we had Scholes, but that's been a good signing. Everything else has been either depth or just pointless. Like, I am very on the side of like, Kudus had a stinker, and it's not just because of West Ham, it's because of him. But as you've said, we need to replace. Sullivan doesn't do that. And even then, the worst part about that deal is that we didn't even extort properly. Like, you like to think that West Ham, cool, they don't spend money, but at least Sullivan likes money. So he likes to think, oh, cool, okay, cool, he might extort a team. You know, Declan Rice, 105 million last year, contract, cool. Might do it as well with Kudus on a few years left. He's touted very high, 55 million. But even then, with 55 million, you can spend it on a few gems if you're smart. The problem is Sullivan is now running the whole director of football role again, which is what we used to be when we first came up in the London Stadium.
Bro, we've signed 8 players for 75 million. Do you know what I mean? So you can, with 55, do something.
It's worse than that, Joe. 55 million. I mean, 50 million is technically in PSR terms 200 million.
Yeah.
It depends what the profit is. Let's just say they made 40 mil or 30 mil, even 30 mil profit, times that by 5, because that's how it will break down under PSR. That's a healthy amount. That's a healthy amount. This guy is tight. I thought the Glazers were bad, but he's
genuinely the worst owner in the league.
Genuinely. Do you think he'll do any more business as well, or do you think that's you finished?
I have to.
I think we'll try and put out that we're looking for a midfielder until the end of the window, and we'll get Josh Brownhill on a free. That's why I genuinely think there's a West Ham.
Yes, I like Josh Brownhill though. I like him, but I get it.
Yeah, but adding Josh Brownhill to James Ward-Prowse, Edson Alvarez, and Guido Rodriguez. Oh my God! Like Oscar Pistorius can run faster with no legs. Like, I'm genuinely being serious. All of them midfielders there. Like, I can't be bothered to watch another slow midfielder just jog around and then pass backwards. Might as well just get Noble back. He didn't retire that long ago. Like at this point, like, what are we doing?
At least he'd fight.
He's there like every game anyway. So it's time to get his boots on.
Do you know what? Right. I obviously coming up, I've been saying, Wolfie will tell you, I've been saying, listen, we're not coming to make the numbers up. The teams that come up, bar Burnley, are not coming to make the numbers up this season. We've done good business, both. Sunderland have done better than us. I look at the rest of the league, yourself, West Ham, Brentford, who we're going to chat about in a bit as well, and I go, I think there's a big chance we stay up. Obviously, you got your first glance at them, but Kendall, and I'm going to make you speak on Sunderland. Did you catch any of it as a Newcastle fan? You know what I mean?
No, I did not. Sorry, guys. I did not go out of my way to watch Sunderland yesterday. But I just wanted to say that I have massive beef with West Ham now. Huge beef. West Ham are literally probably the only team in the league that I really didn't have an issue with. I pretty much can't stand everyone else. Well, Nottingham Forest, I'm fine with. Yeah, I was going to say Nottingham Forest, I'm all right with. Nottingham Forest and West Ham, I'm kind of there. Leeds, they're fine as well. I'm like here. Burnley here. You know what I mean?
This.
But West Ham, I'm just not having that. I'm just not having this. I've got huge beef. Like why? Why have you done this? My family group chat yesterday. So if anyone isn't aware, I'm from a place called Durham, which is very much bang in the middle of Newcastle and Sunderland. You're either a Newcastle fan or a Sunderland fan. So unfortunately, my family is very mixed, right? I hated my group chat yesterday. In fact, to the point my brother texted me yesterday and was like, I'm literally going to leave the group chat. Because me and my brother are obviously both Newcastle fans. My brother was like, I'm literally going to leave the group chat and I'm not rejoining again at the end of the season. He's like, I just can't even have this in my life. And I was like, this is horrendous. Posting league tables and stuff. Like, it was just horrendous. Like, absolutely.
You know the thing as well, Kendall, they've got Burnley next and then they've got Brentford. You could be looking at
but why were they saying that they had the hardest?
Yeah, no, I didn't get it either.
I didn't understand that. It was like the hardest route of like any promoted team.
Not,
I was like,
maybe towards the end he gets, they're second, you know.
I know.
That's 12. So they're just gonna have to get used
to
that.
They're 10 places
a day, and then next week.
Wolfie, I told you about the newly. I know we don't play till tomorrow, so I need to keep my powder dry. But I told you, man, we're doing bits.
I feel like this weekend's energized you a bit, Joe. You've seen a few results.
I'm back.
Yeah, I'm not like when did we do our show last Tuesday? And I was almost like a therapist for him, like picking him off the ground and stuff. And
but we signed England's number 9, Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
He was nearly in tears, and I hear it because I think it's been an interesting weekend in general, and I think a lot of the teams that we've discussed that we thought were going to struggle or we thought were going to be good, I think we've got quite right on the ones that have struggled. Yeah, the ones that we thought were going to look good, I don't think have looked that good. I know we're only one day into the season, but we can only assess what we've seen. I thought Arsenal were really poor today. I don't think Liverpool looked that solid at the back against Bournemouth. Brentford stunk the house out. West Ham stunk the house out.
What about City,
And-
though? City looked good.
City looked good, but yeah, Wolves as well. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
they
saying?
looked all
Wolves-
right. Even
Those three are
They looked
struggling.
all right, but
they're gonna struggle though.
they're gonna
Yeah.
struggle. They're gonna struggle, I think. I think it's gonna be a really interesting season. What I don't want to happen is there to be like 3 sections in this season where we end up with a Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, or Chelsea, whatever it's gonna be, and then 10 teams and then 4 or 5 at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'd like it to be more competitive because like Kendall and Mike, you know, from last season, the relegation battle was done by
Premier League
December.
friends
Yeah,
from last
well done, yeah.
season. Oh, Premier League.
Yeah, but last season, aside from the relegation, like it was actually like really competitive from like 12.
And the
up.
title was
Yeah.
done relegation.
Oh,
It
the
was the
title
top
was done,
5
yeah,
race that was exciting. That was
But
about
yeah,
it.
it was the rest of it was
Yeah.
was good. But
Yeah, the rest of it was dead. So
yeah.
just from like a purist football perspective, you kind of want to see, you know, unless Forest trying to run away with it, then I don't mind. But outside of that, you want it to be competitive. But I do think if we're looking towards the lower end of the table, you can't just say the 3 coming up are going straight back down. Not on the evidence we've seen of this weekend.
I don't think so. I think it'll be one of obviously one of the first years in recent years that they don't. 100%.
Burnley
Wait,
looks bad though. Burnley looks
Oh.
bad. But having said
Not
that,
much
they
was-
should have scored to equalize against Spurs. I don't know why. I can't remember who it was cut in instead of shooting. He had a decent angle for the shot. That could have changed the game, made it 1-1. So
Burnley's
I don't know.
team
It's exciting.
rubbish though on paper. Genuinely looking at it, I was like, they've not done anything, man.
Mm.
And Kyle Walker's washed.
Did
he
you see
playing
he tried that
yesterday?
stupid long shot stuff he always does?
Oh,
like,
mate, it's
I didn't
bad,
even
man.
know he
Yeah.
was playing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
bad. You know, the thing is, Burnley, like we talk about Sunderland's run, Burnley have got Sunderland, then City, then Arsenal, then Liverpool, like over the next 5 or so.
They might be gone. They might be gone like
Yeah,
by
yeah,
December.
exactly. Gone,
It's like,
gone.
do you know what I mean?
That is
Like,
a
I feel-
problem. I'll tell you what, you know, everyone says, no, you got to play every team twice and all that. But
Yeah.
if you are expected to be in a relegation battle, if you suddenly find yourself having played the big boys or whatever and adrift, making up that gap is harder because
So
the
hard.
pressure on those games where you have a 50-50 or a 60-40 chance to win, that pressure goes up tenfold. So they're going to have to pick some points. I'm just looking at their fixtures here. So they got Sunderland next, then United, then Liverpool, then Forest, then City, then Villa.
Oh, jeez.
I think that Sunderland's
They might be done like by
must-win.
the end of September. Like they might just have no points.
No, by the
Exactly.
time they get to Villa, if they don't beat Sunderland, they could still be on nil points.
They might get points off Man United. To be fair, like
Yeah,
that
maybe.
might be like where their
Yeah,
saving
I'll
grace
take
is.
that.
You know
I'll
what I
take
mean?
that.
Like,
Do you know what, though,
anyone will
right?
take that.
I thought Man United looked good today. Or
They're
am
better
I-
than Arsenal second half,
But
definitely.
they always
Yeah.
look good against the kind of
big
big
teams.
6. Yeah,
Mm.
because that formation sets up quite nicely.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
Man U will struggle when they're expected to win.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's still going to be their midfield. Still, if he's going to go Casemiro and Bruno in that midfield, I just wouldn't trust that.
No, and
Yeah,
it's also
yeah.
like when it's instead of like just running into space, when they're like they've got to break a team down with that formation,
True,
it's going to be
true.
long for them.
Exactly.
It's gonna be long for them.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, and Buemo looked good in parts, but like you say, he had loads of space to run into, right? So
Yeah.
it's like you're in a foot race with him. So yeah, I hear you. I hear
And
you.
when their whole front three was getting into that position, like Sesko and Buemo and Cunha, none of them were
Yeah.
shooting properly. None of them were testing the keeper really
No,
until like
true.
the end.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Wolfie, I do talk to us about Forest. Obviously, you haven't scored in pre-season, and then boom, what header that was! That by Ndoye, what a header, by the way. Wood back amongst the goals. Great pass from Elliot Anderson as well. That was quality. There we go.
Jordi
Kendall likes
Maradona.
that.
Maradona.
Talk to me about Forest. And of course, did you see expressions called Mr. Marinakis the Greek Shug Knight, by the way?
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
I
man.
kind of like that name. I'm not gonna lie.
Same,
man. I'm a bit of a
same, I've
gangster,
been
you know
saying
what I'm
it
saying?
ever
Brilliant,
since, man.
perfect.
The Greek Shug Knight. But
Wait,
talk
Joe,
to me
by
about
what
them,
you're
but I also want to know about Brentford, where we keep.
I was gonna
Andrew.
say, by you
Oh,
saying what you, oh my god, why is
What's
Dan
going on
United
here?
telling me he's messed my
you
camera
gone
up?
back in time.
Marinakis just made a
Dan
point.
United, man. Hold on, one second. I gotta jump
Marinakis
out,
on the
jump in.
phone.
Bloody Dan United. One second,
okay.
mate.
Jump out, jump back in. What's happened there? That was mad.
Marinakis got this straight.
Yeah, exactly. Come
That is
straight
so
in. He
funny.
will not talk bad on me.
As soon as he heard
We'll
the
wait
shit
for him
that
to come
clip.
back. He'll be back. He's here now. Look, here we go. Look.
Bloody Dan United, mate.
It's
Seriously.
all right, man. It's all right. Talk to me, man.
I was gonna say, by what you asked me, talk to me about Forest. Are you subliminally telling me to tell you about?
No, I also want you to speak on them as well. 100%.
Okay. Look, does preseason mean anything? I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
We scored 3 times the amount of goals in 45 minutes that we did in 7 matches in preseason. We timed it right. It was the right time to get the 3 goals. Like, would I've given up the 1 goal we got in preseason for a 4th? Hell yeah. But we were really good, guys. I'm not even just putting my Forest goggles on. We weren't playing counter attack. We were playing possession football in that first half, passing it around. Elliot Anderson and Sangare just bossed that midfield. And then Gibbs White was just pulling the strings, dropping in deep, linking up, sometimes picking the ball up, centre backs, other time up at the other end of the pitch. And the defense was rock solid. Marilla and Milenkovic are just levels anyway. But I was so surprised. I haven't seen Forest play like this, apart from against your boys Mike's last season at the City Ground. That was the one time I felt we dominated the game rather than played counter-attacking football, and it was lovely to watch. Now, I will say it's too early because Brentford, coming on to what you want to know, Joe, were shocking. Their midfield was non-existent. I would say their best player in the first half was Rico Henry. He was very good down that left-hand side. He was able to drive us back a bit from that side. And it wasn't until Sharda came on in the second half that they looked like they had any kind of threat at all.
Why has he not started with him anyway?
He picked up a knock. Apparently they had like 6 or 7 injuries as well. So I can't give you a full breakdown of him, but this is not the team that was organized under Thomas Frank. This Keith Chegwin guy, whatever his name is, this
Keith Chegwin, I like that.
teacher. Yeah. This PE teacher, I think he's a set piece coach or something. You could tell his tactics were clueless.
He used to be like the championship, like pundit.
No, I did. You're right, Kendall. I can't stand him.
Yeah.
He's a Leeds hating bastard. He never gave us a fair shake. I hate him. I hate him.
Oh, look at that passion coming out.
I'm serious, bro.
I love it.
He used to just hate on Leeds every fucking time. Every time. I hate him, man.
Well,
I can't wait till we play them. I hate him.
When you got him?
Don't know.
but honestly, his tactics, I don't know what their setup was. It wasn't clear to see. Then they brought on Jordan Henderson. They had to roll him out with a Zimmer frame onto the pitch. Yeah. Didn't really notice him do much. Honestly, they are in real trouble. I predicted they'd finish bottom of the league with a bit of tongue in cheek, and now I'm actually believing it off the back of that. The game was done at half time. They got given a dodgy penalty. They didn't create any. They had 1 decent chance in the first half, and that was it. And Sells cleaned it up. But the penalty they got for me was dubious. It came off Sangare's chest and rolled onto his arm. I thought the rule was if it hits a part of your body first, then the arm. But I don't know what the rules are anymore. They didn't give us one in the first half. But yeah, I'm really happy with Forest. Our bench looked very weak today. The only attacking option we had was Igor Jesus, but we've already got McAtee.
Signings.
Huh?
You've all of a sudden just Marinakis has opened up the war chest.
Look at the difference, right? On the bench, we had Ryan.
The Europa League thing.
Yeah,
maybe.
That's why I opened it up. But if you looked at our bench, we had 4 defenders on there, 4 centre backs on there. Our only attacking threat off the bench was Igor Jesus and Jota Silva. Now, if you roll that forward to Palace next week, if you just start the same 11, the bench straight away will have McAtee, Hutchinson, Kalimuendu, probably Douglas Luiz as well. And that's if they don't start. There's your bench plus the other one. So suddenly, in the space of a week, Forest are going to look really strong as a squad as well. I don't know where we finish now. I don't know if this is because Brentford are crap or we were that good. So I need to see a couple more games. We got Palace, then we got you, Mikes. Yeah, don't sign anyone for that game, bro.
Mike's just
I think your bets are safe, Wolfie. I think your bets are safe, Wolfie. I can't lie.
I hope so. But we have to over the next few games because we got Palace, West Ham, we've got Arsenal away, which will be a tough one, and then I think we got Sunderland and Burnley. We have to make hay because then we've got Ukendor, I think, and Villa coming up after one of the international breaks. So Forest need to start hot because we're going to come into a rough patch when we meet Newcastle and Villa. But yeah, I'm really happy with today, man. It feels
Nice.
nice after all the stress of the summer, all the how many goals did you get in pre-season, man? All
My
that.
bad.
We
My bad.
didn't win in pre-season either, to be fair, and that's been the narrative as well. So that's
Did you not win? Wait, how come I got all the
No.
heat then? How did
Kendall's-
Peterman get away with it?
She's been hiding away, man. She's back now. Though.
Yeah,
She's
I
really
ain't
this
seen
is
you
good.
since the end of
this is
last
literally my
season.
first like stream for like. I don't even know how long, you know. Like literally,
I've seen a
don't
few
even know how long.
TikToks from you and all that. I ain't seen you on no panel show. You've been
that's it.
hiding all summer,
I
man.
know.
As soon as Isak turned into a snake, Kendall just
No
disappeared.
one asks me now, Wolfie. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm just like not even flavour the moment anymore. Like I wasn't even good enough for Just Joy. Do you know what I mean? Like I was just little Premier League fodder when he was in the Championship. You know, I just got shoved to the side. So do you know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things. I just think
You're always good enough for me, Kendall. You know
It's the
this.
girl
You're
thing,
always-
innit? He's doing the girl thing. That's what it is, man. Yeah.
ticking the box,
Shut up.
box ticking exercise today, guys. Unlucky.
Filling the quota,
Filling in the
innit?
quota on my days.
Still in the quarter, man. Give over.
Yeah, but this is a good news stream for you, Joe. You've had Mike's tell you how shit West Ham are. I've told you how
Love it,
shit
man.
Brentford are. You just need one other team, man.
Diversity quarter for me, you know what I mean?
Exactly,
So
man.
it's all good.
I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it all. Kendall, then he's just brought it up there. Alexander Isak. The fans in the ground made it well aware. Yeah. How? Where's that going to go? Because I did see apparently Liverpool are preparing a new bid or something, and that's going to come in. Is that right?
Whether or not they do, I don't know. I at this point, I'm very much in the middle. I either just want him to go and just nick clean off and just never be heard of again. That's what I would like, and go to Liverpool, because I don't. From their point of view, I don't really understand. If I'm a Ekatike, I'm sitting there thinking, well,
Yeah, it's harsh. It's
yeah,
harsh.
that's a bit
so-
weird. Do you know what I mean? Like, and we all could have been happy if we just bought Ekatike and then Liverpool came for Isak, and then that would have been the end of the top. The conversation would have been done in June. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't have been dragging on.
You'd have
this
got the
long.
better deal.
Yeah, so that's a bit strange, bit weird. And then obviously the other side of it, I'm like, I just hope we stand totally firm if they don't come anywhere near what we want for him. And I just want us to stand firm. If he doesn't want to play, fine, just keep getting fined every single week, because we're legally allowed to fine him now because he's missed a professional league game. I just want him to sit there and rot every week, and you can crack on, because even if that's the case, right, and he doesn't leave,
Which is bullshit, by the way.
What's he actually gonna do? Like,
Exactly.
what is he actually gonna do? Is he just not gonna play? Like, but then how do you then come back to the fans now after the way you've behaved and say, "Hi guys," like, do you know what I mean? Like, sorry about that little episode that we just had for the last 3 months. Like, I don't actually physically know how he's going to come back from that. I just don't see a way back. So I do think it does end with him at Liverpool. I do think that.
I've been saying no, you know.
Have you?
I've been saying he stays.
This is a thing, right? So I did a shoot, a Sky Sports Sport Bible shoot a few weeks ago, and
Just
it was the
dropping
day.
that name in there.
Sorry,
Just dropping that.
there was needed to be context in the situation though, because that was the day that the news dropped that he'd asked to leave. And obviously not a formal transfer request because he doesn't want to lose his bonuses. So I don't know how anyone can say it's not about money, because it definitely is. But he has put in a transfer request. No, sorry, he didn't. He asked to leave and said that he was open to moving away from the club. And literally 5 minutes before that, I had said, I'm like 95% sure that he stays. This is literally 5 minutes before that news dropped, because I didn't think Liverpool could afford him. I knew that probably nobody else in the league could. And obviously Real Madrid and Barcelona and the likes weren't going to come in from at that point. So I was like, I don't really see a way for him to leave. He's never said he wants to. This is me on stream, by the way. I was literally saying this as it was getting recorded. And then all of a sudden he drops the news that he wants to leave. I just don't know what had happened in that short period of time from them turning it around. I just don't see how he comes back from it. I just don't at all. He's never, ever going to get back on side with the fans after the way he's behaved. The thing is, if he'd thought about it, he could have just gone on pre-season like we asked, or like we wanted him to. He could have played in the games, kept himself fit. For someone who's really struggled with injuries in the last few years, he's just sitting there. I know he's training on his own, but it's still not the same as match sharpness that he could have had. He could have done everything the right way and then said, look guys, like I've loved my time here, and like I'm really glad that we won the cup, but I just want to move away from a new challenge in this time in my career. Fine, it would have been good, but like if he just said it and been open and honest with us, instead of not turning up for training, letting all of his teammates down, letting Eddie Howe down, who's like the most diplomatic, caring manager that you could ever wish for in your life. Like, he's let a lot of people down, and a fan base that's really, really loyal and really, really backs their players. I just feel like it's just what he's done is just so wrong, and there could have been an easier outcome to it all, really.
So I always maintain football fans are fickle, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he does stay, I do think he plays. Like, he can't just say, I'm never playing again. What's he going to do? Like, just sit fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. That's what I mean. I don't get that.
He'll get battered initially, but is there a world in which he can be welcomed back, do you think? Or is it
probably, because like you say, football fans are fickle, and they forget week from week. But 100%. He's really going to have to come back.
He'd have to sign a new deal, I think, even if he had like a release clause.
He'd have to have a massive, massive, massive apology. Yeah. I don't even know how he would even come around that, to be fair, because he's let so many people down. Like Dan Burn and Anthony Gordon yesterday in their post-match interviews were very, very clear that they did not care about individuals, and that it was a team and they were all together, and that they wouldn't let the negativity. So obviously they have a gripe with him as well, because he's let them down. Like yesterday, we could have very much won that game if Isak was playing. Like very much so, because it was absolutely glaringly obvious that the issue was that we didn't have a striker yesterday.
Yeah.
Because
there was one where Gordon and there was a header, weren't there?
Yeah, I was thinking, there was probably like 5 or 6 chances. Like there was definitely 3 in the first half alone that Isak could have probably. I mean, obviously, I know it's a game of 50-50 whether he scored that or not, but more likely for him to score. So yeah, I think obviously there probably is a scenario where he can come back, but he would have to and I mean really apologise and then come and score like a hat trick. Like that's the only way that anyone's gonna ever be okay with him coming back. But this is why I just think it's probably 90% that he goes to Liverpool now at this point. And if it gets towards the back end of the window and there's no deal being made, I do think they'll probably settle a little bit less than what we actually wanted for. But it is what it is. I'm over it now. I'm just saying.
Can I ask you 2 questions? One, how was Elanga? Because that miss was wow in that first half. But how do you think he performed so far? And secondly, do you want me to lend you Marinakis? Because you saw how he sorted out Gibbs White.
Yeah. Just need him to get that little.
I need him for a day. You need an hour, and we'll get it sorted.
Our owner with it's probably not good to talk about our owners in that respect for the flack that they get. But so Elanga yesterday, I really do think that he's going to be really important for us, and I think he's a really, really good player. He just needs to play. I think he's he's feeling very pressured and he's trying too hard. I think that was what I initially saw yesterday. However, he did a lot of good things, and I do think he's going to be actually really efficient for us. I just think he's at the moment, obviously he's new team, he wants to impress. He's the first player that Eddie Howe, I think, has probably ever put in straight away, because he's very much even Bruno, when we signed Bruno, he's very much likes to bed them in. He gives them 20 minutes, then 30 minutes, and then, do you know what I mean? He's very much like that. And he put him straight in yesterday. So that obviously means that he's either impressed him in training or he thinks very, very highly of him anyway. Yeah. So I do think he'll be important. It's just a case of, I just think he just needs to stop trying too hard and just play football about the way that he wants to play football. Obviously he's getting used to a new system as well, and new players around him. And without a striker, when you're a winger, it's kind of do you be creative? Do you try and take it on yourself, or just think the mistake that he made yesterday? But I do think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be a good player for us, definitely.
It's interesting. Go on, Max.
Sorry, doesn't the Isak thing also depend on Newcastle getting a replacement as well? So were they about to get Wissa?
This is close, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this will probably come in this week. However, I just want to clarify, because this is something that's been following Newcastle United fans around. I think his behaviour has also been very pathetic, and I don't think that any player should be missing training or pre-season based on the fact that you want.
Look at Eze today. Eze played today, and he's going to go Spurs. Do you know what I mean?
Morgan Gibbs White, who was literally had a medical practically at Tottenham. Yeah. Went on pre-season at the time. Do you know what I mean? This is even before the deal. So I just think there's so many things that could have happened. So I think he's pathetic for what he did, but obviously he's gonna end up eventually in black and white. And Brentford have been very vocal in saying we're understanding of his situation. So I think there's obviously been a conversation there where he's assumed that he's going to leave, and just obviously nothing's materialised from that point. However, I do still think he should have been training. I do think it's pathetic that he hasn't been.
But I think the difference on that,
we will
sorry
get
to
him.
interrupt you, is
Okay.
that if you believe reports, and God knows what are true in reports anymore, there was a gentleman's agreement of 26 mil that he could leave. But you guys never said that to Isak. You never said, right, if we get 150, you're going to go. So although I agree with what you're saying, you should still train. You got to be professional, right? But there's a slight variation from between
100%.
the two. Yeah.
100%. That's what I mean. Like Brentford have said their understanding of his situation, that they're kind of facilitating that move. It's just the dominoes to kind of fall at this point. But yeah, I think we'll get him probably in by the Liverpool game. I would have expected, because this has been rumbling on for weeks now. But obviously, he wasn't in the squad yesterday and things like that. So I do think that will happen. And then it just depends on what happens with the Isak situation from that point, because again, I think people think that Visser is going to be an Isak replacement when actually it's a Callum Wilson replacement.
Yeah.
So I think obviously again, if Liverpool then say, right, we are going to whatever they settle a deal on, then obviously that's going to be up to us, because we have lost the two targets that we initially wanted, which were João Pedro and Sesko. So I think it depends on who we then go for after that. Is it going to be a case of Samu from Porto, or do you know? I mean, I don't know where that is going to lie at this point. But yeah, it's just a bit. I just want it sorted now before like the end of the window, so we can just crack on, just ignore it, because honestly, it was mentioned in the Liverpool game about 100 times.
It will be till windows shut, man.
You're right. It'll be mentioned until the end. But like,
to be fair, you lot were doing that about Elanga. Let's be real here. Yeah. Oh, Elanga, he's dancing with Asula, Agent Asula.
That was Asula's fault. That was so Asula's fault as well.
He's like,
he knew what he was doing.
We're tracking planes from East Midlands Airport up to Newcastle.
Our fan base loves doing that. Loves doing it. Luckily, I was very keen in that regard. I was like,
is this true, Mikes?
This is true, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. There you go, Jack. Boom. Love that. Love that. Do you know what I'm funny, Kendall? I can't lie to you, and I know this stings, but that video of them people, I think they're in Benidorm or something when she's going, I got Cristiano Ronaldo cleaning the boots. We got Cristiano Ronaldo cleaning the boots. I love it, man. It's proper come back to haunt them.
That accent, man.
We got Lionel Messi.
It's like when people were photoshopping like Mbappe in Newcastle shirts and that. Like, it was just, you know, one of those things. It's just, yeah, but we're kind of at a level now where, like, I think everyone as well thought it would be like deadly serious, and there probably was people who thought it were being serious, but yeah, we're not now. But yeah, it was just glaringly obvious yesterday that we needed a striker. So hopefully 100%. That's sorted by the Liverpool game, because that game is going to be the most toxic atmosphere I think I've ever been in. I've been going to games.
Yeah, next Monday.
Liverpool at
home. Spicy game.
Bank holiday Monday as well. So everyone's been drinking all weekend for a start.
Houses like, are probably put for the weekend in Newcastle as well.
It's going to be, obviously the whole Isak situation, like it's going to be absolutely horrendous. Like the atmosphere is going to be so toxic. I've been going to games since I was 11, and I probably will have never ever. I've been to countless derby days at this point. I just genuinely think there'll be absolutely nothing as toxic as that atmosphere on Monday night. I just think it's going to be absolutely horrendous. But yeah, we'll see.
You know what? This is going to be a crazy weekend then, because you got Liverpool, we've got Palace. The whole Europa thing.
Oh god! Doesn't football love a narrative? How does it work out like that? They just love it. It always loves a little story. Like, it's mad.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's just like it happens, you know, a week after the announcements, and yours is going to be a few days before the transfer window shuts. I assume that.
Yeah. 25th we play them, so yeah, 5 days before
imagine
5-6 days.
If the transfer went through this week, there's no way in hell they would play him, is there? Surely.
No way.
I'm not even doing. I don't even think he'd get in the ground. I don't even think he would get anywhere near. Like, he'd have to have like a whole like wall of like security for him to even get in the ground. I just don't even.
You have to wear Bally. That's the word.
And I think
Yeah.
we'll drag our heels as well. I don't think there's any way we accept a bid.
Yeah.
Then we'll drag
Yeah,
our
but could you
heels.
imagine
Totally.
like Bruno or Tonali coming up against him and accidentally
I
mistiming a
would love
tackle?
I would love Joe Linton to just go and like absolutely just 2 foot him off the ball. Like, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
That would be.
though, as well.
Yeah, Joe Linton would like not even second guess that, like, at all. And we've signed Ramsey today, so he can just take Joe Linton's place if Joe Linton's sent off for 3 games. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Good signing, by the way. I think it's pricey, but good signing. Good signing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
just his
Aston
injury
Villa
record,
fans
innit?
were like, the Aston Villa fans were kind of like, I've seen very mixed reviews. It was either like, I'm sad to see him go, but 40 million is a lot of money, or like, oh, gutted that he's leaving because obviously he's their academy product, like la 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 la. So I think he'll be good for Eddie Howe because obviously we've not really had a dud signing yet at this point, necessarily. So I do think he'll be good, and as long as he gets.
It's
game
his
time,
injury
so,
record
yeah.
though. It's not been
Yeah,
great. 'Cause we were heavily
only
linked
thing.
to him. Yeah, heavily linked. And
But we've done that.
I
with,
think he's been
obviously,
played out of
Haaland,
position. I don't think he's the left wing. Where are you going to play him? Where are you going to play him?
I'm actually not sure yet because obviously that midfield three is like very much set in stone, pretty much. So I'm actually not sure how he's going to utilize him because, like, obviously a lot of people said that he's like a pretty good attacking midfielder as well, like an 8/attacking midfielder. So we don't really play like that necessarily. So I don't actually know how he's going to utilize him at this point. Because obviously that's
because they've used him a lot on the left, but I think he is more a central player. So,
like you see, you've got Gordon Barnes on the other side. You've got Alanga Murphy, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
definitely, like it makes sense. Like left of a 3 in midfield, that just makes sense for his positioning wise. The way he likes to drive with the ball in those positions, it just makes sense because you need more.
I think,
even though you've got the 3 in midfield, you've only got Lewis Miley as depth, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. And obviously Willock's injured, so I think that we've lost Longstaff to Leeds. So yeah, we've got no one in midfield now. So it's going to be it's a good depth signing for us. And like obviously a very good depth sign. I do think he'll get a lot of games because again we've got Champions League and stuff this year, so he'll get a lot.
That's the worst part about your window, not Isak's situation. Losing Longstaff. That's the worst.
I think, yeah. Love you, Sean, and that. But it was your time.
Did you have a brother in your team as well? Wasn't there 2 of them? Was it them?
Matty plays in Canada. He was at Toronto, but he's at Montreal now.
Okay.
Yeah,
he was.
Good old long
against United all them years ago, and then just never played again.
That was then he had a really serious injury, and then just never did anything after that. So yeah, sad.
You think it's bad about getting rejected or window when we were in for Jacob Ramsey, he was like, "No, fuck that, I don't want to move to you. You ain't got European football. Like, we weren't going to pay the money anyway."
So it's all over Twitter at the minute that Leeds have apparently agreed personal terms with Noah Okafor from AC Milan. So we'll wait and see what happens there. We need to agree a deal with AC Milan, but we'll wait and see. But apparently personal terms are agreed, so that's a positive for us. But yeah, we play Everton tomorrow. Let's see what Grealish.
We talk on that, Jay. You've been like avoiding the subject here.
We'll talk on it. Let's do it.
Because for weeks you've been telling me, come 10 o'clock Monday, 1 down, 9 to go.
Yeah, I still believe that.
I think you're down playing Everton, bro.
I was right. I hear you. I was like I said, we'll win 2-0. Fine, right? The past week or so, okay. So they brought in Dewsbury Hall, fair, but we kept him quiet when he was at Leicester. But Grealish, the one switches it up a bit because I'm like,
good, I don't think he's good.
He is good.
Grealish on the left and Jai on the right. Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, I am a little bit worried now, but Branthwaite's out, which is fine.
Who are they going to put in? Don't tell me they've still got Keane. Don't tell me Keane.
Yeah, Moyes loves Michael Keane. Moyes loves Michael Keane because Moyes wants Michael Keane at West Ham. He loves him.
Yeah, so it'll be Michael Keane. And Tarkowski. So
see, I think they'd be better off putting Jake O'Brien into the middle.
Where's like Branthwaite and stuff? Is he injured?
He just got injured again. Yeah, he got injured. Yeah.
Didn't
Moyes kick off about it getting leaked or something?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he wasn't happy.
So are you like, where are you on 100 scale here on confidence for Monday? Because you were at 105 about a week ago.
75.
I was dropped.
I'm still confident. I think. Look, I'm not expecting what Sunderland did, but I think we'll win, mate. Under the lights, Elland Road, Monday night, back in the Premier League. I think we win, and then I really want it because I'm like then. I can't wait to do the shows this week and be like, listen, I told you all, you're like, yous are going down. Yous are all going down. Premier League's too big. The gap's too big. It's like, no, recency bias made you believe. Like, if we actually deep it right, I was thinking about it the other day. 2 seasons ago when the 3 went down, It was Sheffield United, Burnley under Company, and Luton, who are now in League One. Last season, it was Leicester who lost Maresca and bought players like Andre fucking Ayew, right, and expected to stay up. It was Ipswich who bought for the Championship, and it was Southampton who was so naive under Russell Martin. Before that, the three that came up all stayed up, which was Bournemouth, Fulham, and Forest, wasn't it? Yeah. So I think people have let recency bias go, oh, no, the gap's too big. It's not. It's not. Because what have West Ham done? And no disrespect, Mikes, what have they done?
None.
Yeah, Brentford have gone massively backwards. Wolves are always circling. I'm honestly, look, I think Burnley go down. Their squad shit. I'm not going to lie to you, it's shit. Even yesterday, looking at it, spending that money on Brozier, he's not going to do it. So, yeah, I think we need some attackers. I won't lie to you. We need some attackers. Let's see what Calvert-Lewin's got. If he's fit, I think he'll score goals to keep us up. Okay, I'm not expecting 15, 20, but I think we'll share enough around. Yeah, man, I'm still confident. I
do think it's a good year to come up this year because
agreed,
a lot
man,
of the teams like that would necessarily like kind of occupy lower to mid-table like gradually falling away. So I do think, unfortunately, the year that Sunderland come up, I do think that it's a good year to come up. So I've said Leeds will stay up all along, though.
You have to be fair.
I have all along. I've said they'll stay up. I definitely see it.
Yeah, and don't forget all them teams in Europe, like Forest, like Palace. There's the most there's ever been in the Premier League. That's going to impact league form as well. It will do, Wolfie. You know this. So
wait, you put me back down with you?
No.
I'm just checking. I'm just checking.
No,
bro.
I'm not. To be honest, before this week, I would have, right? But your signings have been quality.
At the risk of starting a scab trend in your chat, which won't take much, right? Let me play devil's advocate. And I hear what you're saying about Everton, bro. But if you lose to Everton, I'm just looking at your fixtures. After that, pretty tasty, man. You got Arsenal away.
You got Newcastle at home.
Newcastle at home. Fulham away. Wolves, I think I look at that fixture and think you can win that. And then Bournemouth, I don't know what to make of those scum.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you need to win this one. Is the point I'm making? Like the next, it takes the pressure off. It takes the pressure off the Arsenal game, the Newcastle game, or what have you. But if you lose it, you could be looking yourselves, going into what would that Fulham game, the Wolves game's 20th of September. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like,
no, I get you. I hear you.
On paper, obviously, you still probably will pick up some random points here and there. But I'm just saying, my point here is this game is huge tomorrow, bro. Huge.
Yeah, I think I agree with what's been said. You need to get off to a good start if you want to stay up. I think you do.
You don't need to drift away like immediately, like Burnley.
No, exactly. That's
because then it's so hard to like get back
it,
to
aren't you? Yeah, 100%.
Focus learned from last time then.
Massively, mate. He's already switched up the tactics we've been playing. Last season we were 4-2-3-1 dominant. This season, all pre-season's been 4-3-3. I think he's aware that we need to shore up the midfield. The signings are all over 6 foot. Which has been a clear tactic. They've all gone, do you know what? We need big physical monsters. They've mentioned set pieces. So yeah, I think we're going to be different. I do think we're going to be different, and I can't wait to get going, man. I can't wait to get going. Do you know, before we finish, I just want to get your opinion on the big boys at the top, because obviously what I don't want to do is just this being about teams down the bottom end. But the teams at the top,
mid-table fodder and that.
Yeah, mid-table fodder. Yeah, that's what Kendall. Yeah, mid-table fodder. I do just want to speak on the top 6, as it were. City looked great. Chelsea were not much. I was quite surprised because obviously João Pedro's been flying. Palmer looks like it, and then they were just pretty rubbish.
I had seen someone on Twitter a few weeks ago though saying that they thought that Chelsea would probably, this is a Chelsea fan, Chelsea would probably do well in the cups rather than the league. So that, I mean, that might be
I think you got to as well understand that Crystal Palace are a very good. I know the beef between Forest and Palace. I don't really care about it. They're beneath me, man. I'm not beefing up with the team finishes 12th every season, but I respect their manager and I respect their team. Yeah. They've got a very good team.
I like their manager. Their manager's brilliant.
Yeah,
very
I'm
organised.
not surprised that they got something out of Chelsea. I was obviously it was at the same time as the Forest game, so I didn't see it. But apparently Eze scored and he got VAR'd or something.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
However, if they lose Gay to Liverpool and then Eze to Spurs, we might be having a different conversation.
I think Mateta starts knocking on the door there as well and goes, I want gone.
Might end up at Newcastle at this rate. Friggin' hell, man. we're like 15.
He's good. I'd take him.
So
I'd take him. He's very good.
Getting there.
Yeah,
I like him.
He's a good player as well.
He's a good player.
Yeah, but I think for me, I said Man City before the season started, and I feel a bit stronger about them watching them yesterday. I didn't think they were brilliant, but they got their job done. 4-0, moved on, clean sheet, job done.
Yeah,
and yeah,
Reinders was unbelievable. You know, Reinders was
Yeah.
absolutely unbelievable.
He was
He's so
yeah.
good. He's so good.
So don't underestimate Pep. He's never gone 2 years without winning a title.
Yeah, and like you've got the balance in the midfield now with Reinders and Gonzalez.
Yeah.
They're not going with the Kovacic Gundogan midfields anyone that keeps getting run over every single time because people talk.
You've got
about
Rodri to add to it as well. Rodri,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like people talk about the City's defense, and cool, it's not the greatest. It's definitely not the best it's been, but they needed the midfield to protect it. So now you've got Reinders and Gonzalez, you're going to have less times where they're actually going to be like run over all the time. Like Rico Lewis
coming on.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting now to see obviously like a Liverpool, Man City play each other or an Arsenal, and do you know what I mean? Like to see where each team's at because I thought Arsenal I thought they looked bad today. I know they won, but in general, I didn't think they looked great. So it'll be interesting to see when the teams who are like tipped to be the ones who are at the top to see how they play against each other. I think it'll be interesting, but I think Man City have recruited so well. I mean, they pretty much always do, but I think they've recruited very well, and I think Reinders will be a bargain for them.
Yeah, defo.
What set up?
Oh yeah. Are you dipping now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, Wolfie. No worries.
And you lot in the chat, make sure you hit that like button.
Yeah. Wolfie's got a show. We're gonna wrap up anyway now. Wolfie, do you want to wait till we wrap up, or you want to go?
Yeah, go on, mate. If you're wrapping.
Yeah, we'll wrap up. Yeah, listen, folks. This was Around the Grounds. This is going to be a regular feature. Different heads, different times. It's not setting. I just want to talk Premier League, man. We're back with the big boys. We might only be here for a season, so talk about it as much as possible. Big up, Mikes. Mikes, do you want to tell them about your channel?
At GVO Mikes on YouTube. Trying to keep growing. Obviously, if you haven't seen my crash out from yesterday after yesterday's game,
I watched some of it.
You have to watch it.
You have to.
Because that's going to be a regular occurrence, unfortunately. What it's looking like right now. But at GVO Mikes, if you want to follow me.
GVO Mikes, there you go. One of the mods will put it in the chat. Obviously, Wolfie at Forest Fan TV. We do have a redirect set for 8 p.m. So as soon as this finishes, you'll go straight on over to Wolfie's show. Make sure you go on over and I want you to spam in the chat. Yeah, spam in the chat. Greek Shug Night, right? I want to see Greek Shug Night. I'll be over there. And then we've got Kendall.
Yo, my chat will bite back. Come on. My chat will bite back.
Greek Shug Night. I love it. And then we've got Kendall, who doesn't have a channel, but is Newcastle's face. So, yeah, she's like what Sheena is to strikers to you, for their content creation.
All day long. I don't know if my fan base would agree, but I'll take that all day long.
Exactly. There you go. Put the channels in the chat. There's GVO Mikes. Go show him some love. Thanks as always for watching. Go watch Wolfie now, and I'll see you in the morning. Of course, it's game day for Leeds. We're going to beat Everton 2-0. Peace out, folks.